Do you have a financial independence plan? Do you have a plan when you retire early what your life is going to look like? As you know, Jean's planning to retire in 2028. My idea is that we retire in 2024. Either way, we need a plan for what our life will look like after that. And part of our FIRE plan is a FIRE number that everybody talks about.
Yeah.
But in order to achieve that FIRE number, we need a plan. So today we're going to dream a little bit and let you know what we've got in store for our FIRE journey.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Jean.
And I'm Christine.
Welcome to our channel. This is FIRE Goal, which is the channel where we share with you our journey to financial independence. On today's video, we'll be discussing our financial independence plan. However, it's going to be divided in two parts. The part one is the rationale behind on what are the factors that we are using to calculate our number. And on part two, it's the FIRE number itself. How much are we going to be using as a reference to achieve financial independence and retire early?
Yeah, and that's going to be a separate video. It's not going to be today's video. Today's just the plan, and then FIRE number calculations is the next video.
First of all, we think it's important to kind of go back to the basics, which, as you know, if you're watching our channel, you know that FIRE stands for Financial Independence and Retire Early. Having said that, what is FI and what is RE and what we actually want to do, in our case?
So we're FIRE. That's what we are. We are the whole thing. Financial independence, retiring early. That is us. But quite often, people don't want to have to actually, or don't have to, but don't want to do the retire early portion, and they just want to be FI. So a lot of times you'll hear people talking about FI and their FI number, and it's just their financial independence number, where they're not required to go to work every day in order to meet their financial obligations. They choose to go to work or they choose to do other things with their time. That's the financial independent. We are FIRE. Financial independent, retire early. We do not want to be tied to our 9 to 5, Monday to Friday jobs anymore.
Yes.
Not to say we're not going to work necessarily, but it's not work because it's fun. We're going to do our hobbies that we enjoy doing. We're going to volunteer with our time and just bring more joy to our lives.
Yeah, and not only that, you gotta be occupied, which is something that we are also thinking about it, right? So we love doing our videos. We should take a look in our bloopers because they are real. We had a lot of fun making our videos and making fun of ourselves. But that's something that we are passionate about, so we will be actually doing that in the future. But whatever happens is not related to the number that we have in mind.
There's a lot of different kinds of FIRE, and people often talk about lean FIRE, fat FIRE, Barista FIRE, Coast FIRE. They're all different kinds of FIRE and with varying aspects. For us, our FIRE plan and our FIRE journey is somewhere landing between fat FIRE and lean FIRE.
Yes.
We don't require flashy lifestyles. We don't want to live on pork and beans for the rest of our lives. We're in the middle. Potato chips and beer, that's us, right?
Miss Vicky's please. Having said that, there are a few factors that you need to consider once we are deciding your financial independence retire early number. The number of people, the lifestyle, and the location that you want to live in.
Number of people is important because you need to know how many people you're planning for. Looking into the future, Jean and I are 2 people, but you may have a family of 4, 6, larger. Or you might be looking after family members, parents, relatives, and those people are going to factor into your FIRE plan and obviously affect the number that you have set for your financial independence goal.
And if you have kids, we decided not to have kids, but you also have to take into consideration paying for their education as well. Location.
Location is important because there's a lot of places in the world that are very expensive, including here at home in Canada. So some of the more expensive places are going to be Canada, the US, Australia, New Zealand, and some countries in Europe. Other places are way cheaper. You might geo-arbitrage and go to Asia, Latin America, certain other countries in Europe and Eastern Europe, stuff like that, it's a lot cheaper to live and your dollars go a lot further. So where you choose to spend your fire time is ultimately going to affect your fire number.
Lifestyle is something that is also really important. What you want to do? Do you want to live off champagne and caviar? Or do you like beer and chips?
That's us.
That's us, right?
Yeah, we're not so much into the peanuts. We like the chips. Somewhere in the middle. We don't need the flashy lifestyle. We don't need the 5-star resorts or the all-inclusive, though they're nice every once in a while, perhaps.
We
But
pamper
that's
ourselves,
not. Yeah, that's not our everyday.
No.
Our everyday is not going to change much from what it is now. We spend time together. We go out and enjoy the outdoors. We take in the museums and what the city has to offer here, and that's what we're looking to go forward in our lifestyle journey.
Yeah, definitely. There is actually one video that we created a few months ago where we expand a little bit more in what we wanted to see, what we wanted to envision fire. I'm gonna create the link somewhere on this video, which is the acronym of TIME, T-I-M-E, and this is what we use for as, in calculating our number. Let's talk about our financial independence retire early plan. Previously, as we said, there are 3 factors that we are considering now. The first one is the number of people. We have the second one is the location, and the third one the lifestyle. In our case, number of people is
2.
2.
We are dinks. Double income, no kids. We have no children of our own, but we still have children.
Yes, we do. Our nephews and nieces.
Lots of them.
Lots of them. We can have a soccer team, by the way, with them at least. So yes, we do have a lot of them. They are kind of included in our plan, just to the fact that we wanted to help them. We are actually helping them as of today. We think it's important in their education, and we are always bribing. I don't know if bribing is a good word or not, but
Incentivizing,
that's perfect. Thank you. Where we are basically saying, I'm gonna give you this book, kind of take a look on this book, come up to us with a summary. So if you do this, I'm gonna give you like $50. So that's what we are trying to do, to incentivize them in learning.
Yeah, but that $50 has a purpose. They get half to invest and watch grow, and they get half to take and do with as they choose, having earned that money and spent their time getting it.
Yeah, exactly. So a good example of mine is actually in Brazil. I told them, you gotta go and open a bank account. And when she's opening the bank account, one of the items that I told her is, well, if I give you like $50, does this bank account offer like a monthly fee or not? So she can start to understand that the fees, even in our case, that's something that we are aware of, but starting as a kid, so we think that this is something that is going to be helpful for her. So yes, it's a dual income. We don't have kids, but we help our nephews and nieces.
Exactly.
So that's the first item that we wanted to consider. Second item is Location, I forgot about that. So location is divided in 2 parts. Part 1 is for the first 5 to 10 years, once we are actually retired, what we're gonna do. And part 2 is after the first 10-ish years, what are we also gonna do once we stop kind of working and fixing a residency somewhere in the world.
Yeah, just to clarify, we are not working.
No,
we are retired.
No. Yes, we will be retired by that time, definitely.
Part 1, first 5 to 10 years, we are planning to slow travel the world. So slow travel means spending at least 2 to 3 months, for us anyways, in any given country and really living the life that that country has to offer. We're going to do that for 5 to 10 years. We're going to do part of that, like we spoke of earlier, through geo arbitrage and living in some lower cost countries around the world. We're going to stay there, we're going to Airbnb it, we're not renting hotels or living in resorts, and we're going to go to the grocery store, make our food, live the life that the people of that country are living, as well as take in the sites and museums and whatnot. That's the first 5 to 10.
First 5 to 10.
After that, we might be getting tired. And we might be getting a little older. So after
Not
the
much,
10
we will.
years, yeah, we will. After that 10 years, we want to establish a more permanent base here in Canada. So for the first 5 to 10 years, we're selling our house. We are having no actual real estate tie to Canada. We're getting rid of everything.
Yes.
Everything except one car and sentimental items.
A minimalist sentimental item.
Yeah. So after that 10 years, we're going to try and reestablish a home base here in Canada by renting an apartment. And that's something that we're going to have to pay for year round, regardless if we're here or not. So after 10 years, our fire number is going to change because we're going to have to factor in renting an apartment here in Ontario.
Yes, that's actually a good plan, but there are a few things that we have to consider on, on getting this number, which is travel. We are accumulating miles as much as we can, so we can exchange mile per point. So in the first years when we are traveling, we are trying to avoid paying for the tickets going to one place to another one. So we can reduce that by traveling. Not only that, and even getting or keeping our health insurance, right, within the province of Ontario.
Yeah, in order to maintain your health status or your health insurance here in Ontario, you have to live here for, I think it's 159 consecutive days in the previous 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So each year we're going to try to come back for probably 4.5 months in order to maintain our health insurance here in Ontario, as well as supplement that with international travel insurance for when we're not here.
Yes, and the third one is lifestyle. What do we want to do? This is dream time.
Yeah. I think we've already touched on most of it. And that's where our acronym of TIME really kicks in. How do we foresee spending our time together? So T for us stands to together.
Yeah.
Exactly that. We want to spend more time together. We want to spend more time with our family and friends and just really enjoy those people in our lives.
Yes, I stands for independent, so we wanted to become by that time financially independent, not having to worry about money, having the money that we want to do the things that we wanted to do, so and just enjoying life, right? So we have been working so freaking hard these past years, so it's time to enjoy life, and that's what we want to do. So I for independent.
And M is mindful of how we're spending that money, but also mindful of our health and whatnot. So our lifestyle is going to be reflective of that mindfulness of really looking after ourselves, exercising, just enjoying our time together.
Yes, and E stands for experience. We love having experience. Those experiences are the ones that are gonna kind of go with us for the rest of our lives, and that's what we wanted to do. Going out in a restaurant or spending time with nephews and nieces and family and our friends, having a bunch of wine, and yeah, having experience.
So our lifestyle isn't glamorous. We're not flashy and over the top.
No.
We just want to maintain what we're doing now here in Canada and move that to different locations in the world and to have a great life.
Yeah, exactly. So if you think about our summary, in order for us to get to our number, we are taking into consideration 3 things. The number of people, the lifestyle that we wanted to have, and the location that we will be living in, right?
There's a lot more to
Yeah.
take into account, and we have, but those are the 3 main categories that we're really looking at. So when you're planning out your financial journey, there's so many things to take into consideration. Obviously, those are the 3 main items that we've kind of looked at, and under there's a ton of subcategories. A lot of which we found in this particular book that Jean found for us. It's called Your Retirement Income Blueprint by Daryl Diamond. This one is the Canadian one. There's a US version as well. We don't know if there's a UK or Australian version, but those 2 for sure, Canadian and US. And if you guys have a resource that you can share for other countries around the world, that'd be great, because there's so many things that you need to think about and plan for.
Yes.
So what about you guys? Do you have a financial independence plan yet? What does your retirement look like? How do you guys see your future?
Yes. Do you have a number? What about our number? Is it $100,000 per year?
20?
$20,000 per year? On our next video, we will be sharing this number with you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And most important, thanks for letting us be part of your journey. So stay safe, stay calm, and we will see you in our next video. Bye!
Have a good week, guys. As you know, Jean plans to try
Before going to that, we should do what? Fuck, amor. We are considered DINK, is it? Yeah. Double income. What is it?
double income, no kids.
Yes, double income, no kids. We are considered DINK.